welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show. I have another interesting subject for you. I want to talk about how modern women, black women in particular, are depressed. And the reasons why they are depressed is because they really can't seem to find companionship with a man, and it's their faults. Just as we have drug addicts who are functional, meaning that they can function in society, they can hold down a job, they can pay off bills, but yet they are still drug addicts. Women are walking around the same way, depressed and still functioning, trying to make each day count. So what I'm going to do is play some clips of some women who are depressed, and I'm going to explain to you in detail why they are depressed. So let me go ahead and play this for you, ladies and gentlemen. 1 second.
I personally feel like black women are at the bottom of the barrel. Like, nobody wants black women. Like, nobody desires black women. They basically think we're trash. And that gets to your head. And black men, like, wanting to be with...
Now, let me get back to this. The reason why they feel that black men do not want you. The reason why a lot of black men, decent black men, tend to not want to date black women today is the fact that they are very masculine. They are very disrespectful. They are very self-entitled. They don't care about anyone else but themselves. And they put themselves before they put the man first. In other words, let me say this too. A lot of you women have made such terrible mistakes that you have so many children outside of wedlock, out of wedlock children, I forget what it's called, non-marital births, whatever they are. You make your value decrease. Most men do not want to date a woman who already have children from other men. So it's going to be harder for you anyway, and it might make you feel as if no man wants you. See, men want you, but it's the Pookies, the Ray Rays, the Nook Nooks, the ones who don't really give a damn about anything. Her complaint is she can't seem to find a good man, a decent man that wants her. And really what it comes down to, ladies, is what's going on with you. It's not the men.
And that gets to your head. And black men, like, wanting to be with white women or lighter skinned women, it makes you feel like you're just not wanted.
Okay, let me correct her on that. Now, if a black man chooses to get with a lighter shade of black woman, that's just a preference. It has nothing to do with your skin tone. It has nothing to do with you at all. He might just like lighter skinned women. Now, that lie that we always hear from black women, that black men are always running to white women, is a lie. And I'm going to put some statistics up on the screen to prove that. But I want to say this first. Just because you see athletes, entertainers who are men marrying or dating white women, that is not the norm in the black community. Because when you go out in the black community, you normally see black men with black women who are married. Most men want to marry within their own racial demographic. Now, let me put this on the screen for you. Boom. Now, this was a study from blackdemographics.com back in 2021, and it still holds relevance today. It says that only 3% of black men marry white women. I'm sorry, only 8% of black men marry white women. Only 8%. So over 90% of black men have they date within the black. 85% of all black men normally have black wives. I'm sorry for stumbling today, y'all. But that's what it is. So what you see on TV is not the norm, ladies. That's not the norm. Black men still want to marry black women, but it's the fact that you are so difficult to get along with. We don't want women who dress like whores. We don't want a woman who have all her breasts out, who talks lewd, cuss all the time, very profane, tattoos all over the place, smoking weed all the time, marijuana out. I mean, we don't want that. That's why you're having a difficult time finding a man. Now, let me play this other thing right quick.
Okay, so I didn't watch his entire video, but yeah, society, jobs, life experiences have definitely affected my femininity. I'm not a feminine woman. Me personally, when I go pick up my kids from school and I have to deal with bullies, teachers, principals, I don't have the luxury of being smiley.
That's your fault. If you are a single mother, 9 times out of 10, it is your fault. If that man isn't dead and you're not a widow, then there's something that happened with you most likely. Because men don't leave their children. They normally leave the woman. Or marriage was never on the table. Because there are women who will be in 8-year relationships, 10-year relationships, 12-year relationships, and marriage never happens. It never happens, but yet she'll have children with that man during the time that they're together. One child, two children, three children, four children. Then after the end of that 8-year relationship, now she goes out and get another man and repeats the cycle. 5-year relationship with a new guy, have another child. A lot of y'all are just making horrible decisions. This is why you're depressed. I will be depressed too, because your decisions are the results of your decisions are a heavy burden upon you. That's the reason why you're suffering, because you don't want to listen. Men are telling you what you need to do to attract men, but you want to do it your way. That's why you are failing in your relationships. Now you're talking about you have to deal with bullies. You have to deal with teachers. Your counterparts who are white or any other ethnic group, they deal with that too. And I'm talking about the women, but they are still carrying themselves in a feminine way. What is your excuse?
Jobs, life experiences have definitely affected my femininity. I'm not a feminine woman. Me personally, when I go pick up my kids from school and I have to deal with bullies, teachers, principals, I don't have the luxury of being smiley, and someone actually caring about my kids. It's just what it is. I'm going to be sexually harassed when I go to work. I'm going to be disrespected when I go to work, and nobody's going to care. I'm
going to tell you like this, sweetheart. If you got that type of job, you need to quit. Shit. You talking about a whole lot of stuff happening at your job. See, you need a man. And if most time when a woman is sexually harassed, it's because she is dressed a certain type of way. Okay? Seriously. Or she's carrying herself in a certain way. Not every time. There's a few cases where a woman is not dressed that way or whatever it is, and a man still try to get at her, right? But majority of the time, women are dressing in such a provocative way that it stimulates a man's lust and he pursues you. That is your fault. All I'm hearing right now is excuses from this woman.
And nobody's going to care. I don't get to play that feminine role. I have to hold my head up high, be strong, and file paperwork, file EEOCs, and do lawsuits against people, because I don't have the luxury of people just naturally caring about my clear tears. They just don't. Like me personally, my situation, I have even won almost $30,000 off of a job because someone sexually harassed me. And it's just like a smack in the face that I come in and the person who touched me is posted in the hallway. If I didn't have any melanin, do you think the same person that touched me would be posted in the hallway? I don't think so. You don't understand until you understand, okay? Like, it's crazy. It's just so dumb. I can't even, you wouldn't even get it.
When I say posted in the hallway, I mean, you know how you post like your teacher of the year, your student of the year. You got like 10 people posted out here, and of the 10, you picked one of the, I just don't.
Sounds like a bunch of bullshit to me. I don't like the whole I'm a victim mentality that our women tend to have. That's another reason why you're so depressed, ladies, because you always got to be a victim. And a victim is never happy. You have to take accountability for the fact that you have screwed up your lives. It's nobody else's fault but your own. Let me play this right here.
I just read a thread about high functioning depression in Black women. And it was so hard to read because I could just relate to every post. And you hear about high functioning alcoholics, high functioning drug addicts, but no one ever puts high functioning with depression. And I remember back in like 2020 when this guy that I was very close with, you know, flipped the script, told me he's loved me since way back when, and then flipped the script again and took it all back. I remember being cognizant enough to realize that those feelings I was feeling, the crying all the time, the barely eating, the hardly wanting to interact with my daughter because I didn't want her to see me looking like that. But I still did what I had to do because I'm a mother. All those are signs of depression. One of the women in the thread said, high functioning depression in Black women is so scary because we have been conditioned to care.
Okay, before we go back into more of these women excuses, the things that both of those women are talking about, this one and the clip before, they're just talking about regular things you do as an adult for your children or whatever it is. You're unhappy about doing it because you're choosing to be single. Your choices have made you depressed. It ain't got nothing to do with men. You're depressed because you don't have a man. You're depressed because you can't keep a man. And the thing that you have to do to get a man and to keep one, you don't want to do it. You want everything your way. So you will continue to be on Prozac and everything else and be depressed simply because you are hard-headed. You're hard-headed.
I'm a mother. All those are signs of depression. One of the women in the thread said, high functioning depression in Black women is so scary because we have been conditioned to carry it with grace. We have been conditioned to carry our depression with grace.
Well, let me ask you this then. Who conditioned you to do that? I've heard that a lot. We have been conditioned. Who conditioned you? That's almost as saying that you have no control over your life. There is always a choice that you can make. You can go to therapy, or you can make better decisions, exercise, and execute better judgment and discernment, and you wouldn't have these situations that you're struggling with. Okay? Both of them two women that I just played used the same word. Strong woman. Strong. I have to be strong. I have to be strong. I have to be strong. No, you have to be feminine to attract a man who is strong, that can shoulder the burdens that's coming along in your life. That's what you're supposed to be doing. You have it ass backwards. Well, let me know what you think about this, gentlemen, because I just think women being depressed is a lot of times it's on them. It's their fault. It ain't nobody else's fault but them. Ain't nobody else's fault. How can you be mad at us for making terrible decisions in your own lives? Well, anyway, let me know what y'all think about this topic, gentlemen. I'll talk to you later.